The Fanatic rundown. The Edmonton Oilers keep it going with their 15th straight victory, a 3-0 shutout victory over the Chicago Blackhawks tonight. Calvin Pickard, the backup for the Edmonton Oilers, comes in, makes 27 saves for his first shutout since 2018, I believe Louis said at the end of the broadcast. So, an amazing accomplishment for Calvin Pickard tonight. Obviously, the Oilers are playing the Chicago Blackhawks. They're not playing a highly offensive team, but the Chicago Blackhawks, give them a ton of credit. They're a very hardworking team. Head coach Luke Richardson has put together a hell of a team there. And when they can finally get some scoring, get some guys that can put the puck in the net, that team is going to be incredibly dangerous because they got almost everything else figured out there. The Edmonton Oilers not putting together the kind of performance that we're wanting to get out of this team. I mean, I know there's a lot of talk going in tonight. We need to see the Oilers do like a 6-1 victory or something like that. And it's a decisive victory, 3-0, but certainly not a blowout by any sense of the imagination. But Peter Mrazek played really well for Chicago. He's played well in all the games that the Oilers have faced against him this year. And he definitely kept the Hawks in this one. It was a 1-0 game going into the third period. Zach Hyman, a beautiful goal to put the Oilers up 2-0, give them some insurance. And then Connor McDavid with his second of the night, an empty net goal to finish it off, making it 3-0. Would have been nice to see Connor Brown out there with it net pulled. Like, just try and get that guy a goal. I'm not sure why McDavid, Draisaitl, Hyman were out there with the empty net. Those guys get plenty, but hey, they got the job done. Connor got his second of the night. Draisaitl, a couple assists tonight, I believe. He actually might have even got one on the third one. I didn't check yet. No, 3 assists for Leon Draisaitl tonight, so a 3-point night for him. The Oilers switching up the lines tonight. They were going with the same lines that they closed out the Columbus game with. So we saw McDavid, Draisaitl, and Hyman put together as the new number one line for now. Based on this game, I don't know if we're going to see that continue into next game against Nashville. Like I said, the Oilers, I don't want to say they were bad through 40 minutes, but they're just not getting it going like the way you'd want to see it. They're definitely worse against Columbus. I saw that one firsthand the other night. They couldn't make a pass to save their lives in that game. They were getting beaten to pucks by the Blue Jackets, getting outworked. And like I said, to start this video, the Blackhawks are an extremely hardworking team. Head coach Luke Richardson has definitely put that into them and got them going, playing that way. And like I said, they're very close to being a good team if they can get some guys on that roster. Obviously, they're decimated by injuries right now. They have an amazing guy in Connor Bedard who is going to be a star in this league. And next season, possibly even to close out this season, we all saw how Connor McDavid got that injury in year one and then came back and was an absolute force in the second half of the season. Could definitely be the same story for Connor Bedard here. I know he was out 6 weeks, so he's going to be pretty close to the end of the year, but it might have to be year two for him. So the Hawks have some things going their way, but the Oilers obviously a lot of things going their way, a 15-game winning streak. It's not perfect, but they're finding ways to get the job done regardless. If they were playing better teams, we might be seeing this streak coming to an end a bit earlier. Like I said, for 40 minutes on, what are we looking at, Tuesday night, not good enough against the Columbus Blue Jackets, and you could say almost probably 30 to 40 minutes tonight against the Chicago Blackhawks. You want to see a much better effort than you did. But regardless, like I said, they're finding ways to get the job done. Leon Draisaitl, 3 assists tonight. Connor McDavid, a couple goals. Zach Hyman scores again, keeps up that amazing pace. On par to finish, I think it was 55 goals or in the 50-goal range anyway. So the Oilers are just finding ways to get the job done. According to Sportsnet stats, they are the 5th team in NHL history now to hit 15 consecutive wins. I believe the 15-game winning streak also ties the team record tonight. So they've already beaten the team record. The 15 wins ties a team unbeaten record of 15 straight games. So another record for this team to take down. They're just finding ways to get it done. Like I said, and Calvin Pickard, his 5th career shutout, 27 saves tonight. Have to mention as well, of course, when you're talking about the shutout, Calvin Pickard stopping a penalty shot in the second period. when this game was still 1-0. So he did everything he needed to do to earn a shutout tonight. He's providing the Oilers strong, reliable backup goaltending. He's getting the job done. I think the Oilers are still going to try and upgrade on Calvin Pickard before the trade deadline, because if worse comes to worse, Stuart Skinner does go down. You probably want someone stronger than Calvin Pickard being there. Whether Jack Campbell is still here come trade deadline, I talked about in last night's video, with the Oilers getting Dylan Holloway and Corey Perry for no assets. It was insider Frank Saravalli mentioning this. Could those assets possibly be used to move Jack Campbell out, get the Oilers some more cap space, get them some more assets for the trade deadline here to try and upgrade this team? I know a lot of people don't want them to touch the roster too much, and that's certainly understandable. They're on the 15-game heater and looking to make it 16 on Saturday against Nashville. But still, come trade deadline, you want that depth. We do see, despite these 15 straight wins, there's still holes in this team. They can definitely be better, and I think there are still some upgrades to make. We know they want to get a top 6 right winger. I think a depth defenseman would certainly help, and a backup goaltender could probably just help solidify this team a little bit more, but certainly not to take anything away from Calvin Pickard. He's been great this season for the Oilers since coming up in relief, and he delivered another solid performance tonight. And without his strong play, the Oilers aren't looking at a 15-game winning streak. So congrats to Calvin, just an amazing performance tonight. And the team overall, like I said, a stronger third period, 2 goals once again tonight. They close out the Hawks 3-0. They've beaten them 6 straight games. So it's another streak. The Oilers keep going. Things are looking good here. Next game, we get to see Corey Perry come into the lineup. Where he slots in, we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised to see Sam Gagner come out of the lineup possibly. There's a few options, obviously. You could go with probably a Connor Brown or a Matthias Janmark or a Sam Gagner, one of those guys coming out here. I didn't mention yesterday, Phil Kemp, who was originally sent down by the Oilers to Bakersfield, has been recalled, so he's back with the team. Obviously not in the official lineup. He's a 7th D, but thought I'd mention that if you guys hadn't seen that. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing Corey Perry in this lineup, see how he does. We get to see one game with him at least before the All-Star break here. And if the Oilers can hit win number 16, they will have a chance to tie the NHL record of 17 straight wins when they take on the Vegas Golden Knights following the All-Star break. So it's going to be not an easy game, I don't think, against the Nashville Predators. We know the Oilers sometimes struggle with afternoon games. The Predators are right there with the Oilers, battling for those final wild card spots. Obviously, we think the Oilers are going to finish higher than a wild card spot at this point, but the Predators aren't going away. They're right in the mix there. They got UC Saros in goal. So that will be a strong test for the Oilers on Saturday to get win number 16. I think we're going to have to see a much better effort than we've seen against Columbus, than we've seen against Chicago, and Stuart Skinner, who I imagine will be back in against Nashville, will need another strong start to help this team hit win number 16, but don't want to complain too much. The team's on a 15-game winning streak. Obviously, I'm loving this, but we do all have to keep in mind that it hasn't been perfect. There's been holes. There's definitely areas for this team to improve on, but the defense has been amazing. No goals tonight, 1 goal against Columbus. So they're not blowing out these teams, but they are keeping them off the board for the most part. So they're doing the job defensively. We'd like to see a bit more offensively, bit stronger effort through 60 minutes rather than a period here and a period there. It was a bit better tonight, but still, like I said, lots of room to improve for this team as they go for win number 16 over the Nashville Predators on Saturday. I think that's all for me for tonight, guys, but let me know your thoughts on the game in the comment section below. If this is your first visit to the channel and you like what you see, please consider liking and subscribing for all the latest Oilers content. You've been watching the Oilers Fanatic. Thanks for being a fan. Take care, guys. I'll see you soon.